County of Marion's local gospel radio station.
Hey, the music is tight. Wade in the water.
Yeah, you like that?
Oh, there he is. Shauna, why are you calling me this time?
98.3 FM and
1280 AM WJAY.
County of Marion's local gospel radio station.
3 FM, 1280 AM, WJAY. Now,
It's time for PD Sports Wrap, covering high school sports in Marion County, South Carolina. Here's the host of PD Sports Wrap, Michael Jenkins.
Well, a wonderful good morning to everyone out there. This is Michael Jenkins. Really? Hold on a second. My daughter calling me. I just got off the phone with her a minute ago telling her that I was doing a program. She calls me right back, wanting to take the old man out for a walk. Anyway, I have contacted Marion head football coach Randall State, who was just hired recently, and he says he's going to call in this morning. I expect his call any minute. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with him and what's going on with the Swamp Fox team. Of course, you know, this calendar has turned to August now, which means only one thing. As we get closer to the kickoff in about 3 weeks or so. But even before that, we're going to be talking scrimmages and jamborees, and you'll be hearing that talk for the next, as I said, about the next 3 weeks or so. Kids are getting ready to put on a great show for you guys this year. I'm excited. It's been a long off season since basketball ended, pro basketball that is. But now we're going to be moving into football, which is always great. Kind of gets me ready for the high school basketball season. I know that doesn't sound fair, but that's kind of where my mindset is. I live and breathe for basketball, but football is a nice divergence and a nice precursor to what I love most. I have some things here with the local teams and kind of recapping what they did last year and also what the schedule looks like for them in the 2019 season. And I think it's altogether fitting and proper that we stop with the best of the best from Marion and Dillon County, which really in almost pretty much in the state too, and that's the Dillon Wildcats. And Dillon's success over the years has been basically unparalleled by any team in the state of South Carolina that I can think of off the top of my head, with all the state championships they've won. And the consistency of talent and quality football play by Dillon has made them a program to be reckoned with, and has been, for years and years now. So last year, Dillon had a really outstanding season. I mean, they finished the year at 12-1, and that one loss came in the state championship. But let's recap their season. They started out with a 49-20 win over Lumberton. They then handled Latta 40-0. Lakeview, their other neighbors, in-county rivals, if you want to call it that, they knocked them off 41-0. Then they handled Loris 47-14. Shut out Aner 48-0. Handled Lake City 42-7. Beat all up on Sherrard 55-7. Wow, these are slaughters. Then slaughtered Marion 49-6. Slaughtered Ridge Lynn Hardyville in the first round of the playoffs 55-0. Beat up on Swansea 43-6. Beat May River, who only scored a safety to account for their only points. They beat them 38-2. They nipped Wade Hampton 18-13, and they themselves were nipped in the finals 34-28 over Chester. And, to their credit, Dillon gave a gargantuan effort to even come back in that game. I think their quarterback got hurt. They were in trouble early, but they showed the championship medal and made it a game in the end, and came pretty close to pulling it out, but it didn't happen. Looking at this year, their schedule starts out with Havelock, and I don't know where Havelock is. I'm thinking it's North Carolina, one of those border schools. But they have them on the 23rd, and then they have another one of those border schools, Purnell Sweat, on the 30th. And that game is going to be played, according to this, at Purnell High School. So the first game is a home game. The second game is at Purnell Sweat. And then they host Latta on the 6th. On the 13th, they host their other in-county rival. Or it's hard to call Latta and Lakeview rivals to Dillon because Dillon always crushes them. So it ain't really a rivalry unless both teams are getting a little bit of the winnings in. And lately, anyway, Latta or Lakeview hasn't had a sniff of a victory over Dillon. On the 27th, Marlborough County, that game will be played at Dillon. They also host Marion on the 4th of October. They host Loris on the 11th of October. They travel to Aner for their annual. This must be Randall State now. Let's see. I have on the air right now Marion High School's new football coach, Randall State. Coach, I want to thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Mr. Chambers. Appreciate it.
Tell us how things are going so far with your team.
Well, we just for the first day of practice, so itself.
Right.
Still trying to strive to get a JV program going, so we got some games scheduled, so we'll see how that goes. We just trying to focus on getting better individually right now.
Right.
When we can do that, we'll be fine.
So tell me how things as football coach.
Well, I work with the kids. Well, the other coaches that were still here, we worked with the kids all the way from the time the second semester. We worked with the kids, and officially it was in probably around May, at the end of May, that I went through the interviews. You know, that was a long process.
Right.
When we got to about May, then I found out from, you know, that was I was probably one of the lead guys for the job, and luckily, you know, I got it.
Right.
You know, that was a good thing, and you know, I was just very excited, Mike.
Right. I can well imagine. How important do you think it was that you were already here toward you being a strong candidate for the position?
Oh man. We, you know, the principal had her vision, and when I came in, the coach had his, and you know, those visions pretty much the same. So I just kind of fell in line, and you know, kind of learned as I went, and you know, in the end, it turned out to be, you know, a good thing for me because I got the, you know, ins and outs of the program and the kids.
Right.
Kind of fell in love with the kids.
Right.
So that was the main thing.
So how have things been going overall? How is the enthusiasm and such with the kids right now? Do you feel enthusiasm building as it relates to this coming season?
Yes. The kids are out there recruiting race. You know, they friends and whomever that they think can play football. We got a lot of newcomers.
Really?
You know, we got grabbed a couple basketball players off the basketball team.
Wow.
Washington, TJ just showed up this morning. So, you know, we're looking to do some big things, hopefully.
And so you think that that's the key to be able to corral kids that play other sports, namely basketball, to help you improve? Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Most of the time, if you do your research, a lot of basketball players that wait till they latter years, a lot of them, you know, pan out to be very good football players and, you know, get scholarship offers. So, you know, because of their height, size, you know, that's college players. So you just try to get them out here, you know, give them a chance and see if they like it, you know.
Right. Because I mean, you were one of those guys who played basketball and football.
Exactly. Yeah. Both sports, you know, it's very, very important. You know, just plan B. If your A don't work, and it just football can change your game in basketball and vice versa. You know, they all incorporate to help, you know, each the other program. So we just want to get all our programs and all the participants we can in each program, and hopefully, you know, man, they'll come back and, you know, be in all the sports all together.
Right. Now, tell me a little bit about, you know, of course you had to hire a coaching staff. Who are some of the people that you brought in or retained as a result of this new tenure of yours?
Yes, we wanted good people, and you know, in the school building, we had about 3 or 4 good people that, you know, wasn't coaching in the recent past with the past teams, and you know, they were interested, and you know, I kept on beating them in and trying to get them to come out. Coach Bailey,
right,
which is he's a key coach and the weightlifting coach here, and
right.
he's been coaching in big time Texas.
Right.
You know, in 5 or 6A programs, so he brings a lot of experience and a lot of organization. So
right.
He coaches in high school all-star games, college all-star games. So he'll help us out majorly.
Right.
You know, on how on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay. Tell me about what your plans are. What kind of?
Yeah.
Okay, generally.
Yeah, we just want to generally, you know, we think that'll be one of the numbers at the end in the finale, which is the last year.
Right.
And the 5-1 kind of, you know, gave us an inside route to get into that, so we'll be in that on August 16th, which will be our last experience before Johnsonville.
Okay, Coach. I need to cut you off right now. I do need to take a break.
Okay.
Could you hold on? Stay with me a minute? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Bye. Hold on.
Everything going all right, folks?
Yeah, going pretty good.
Y'all be doing games, right?
Yeah, we're moving toward that now. I think that's gonna work out fine. Yeah, that'd be nice. I think it'd be great. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. We got a couple more minutes here before we. Rand, I really want to thank you for calling in this morning. I mean, I know it was late notice and everything, but you were right. You were all over it. I appreciate it. Trying to switch gears in midstream here.
This is Todd Johnson, Wellness Discount Drugs.
Mm.
Are you going to the big box retail store to fill your prescriptions? Perhaps we can save you money on the same medication at Wellness Discount Drugs. Come give us a try. Wellness Discount Drugs, 310 South Main Street, downtown North Carolina. Wellness Discount Drugs, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. 843-464-1757. 843-464-1757. Remember, Mullins Discount Drill.
At Anderson Brothers Bank, they care more about you than a perfect credit score. If your credit score falls between 550 to 660, they have a personal loan for you at Anderson Brothers Bank. For real. Stop by one of the 23 offices in the PD and coastal areas. Member FDIC.
Marion County Organization and JRT program is hosting a back-to-school revival Monday, August the 12th through Friday, August the 16th at 7 p.m. at T.D. Jordan Auditorium, 161 Elizabeth Street, Marion, South Carolina. Guest speakers include ministers Isaiah Mitchell, Dallin McNeil, Robert Woodbury, Sean Gilchrist Jr., and Brian McKnight. Local church choirs, praise teams, and dancers are invited to participate. For more information, 843-433-8020, 843-433-8020. Everyone is invited. Please come.
98.3 FM.
Heard also at 1280 AM.
Call letters are
WJAY.
Y.
98.3 FM, 1280 AM, WJAY.
This is PD Sports Wrap, highlights of Marion County high school sports. Please note, comments and feedback from callers and guests on PD Sports Wrap are not necessarily those of the owners of WJAY or any of WJAY's advertisers, but are the perspectives of callers and guests of PD Sports Wrap. Here's the host of the show, Michael Jenkins.
I'm still here talking with Coach Randall State of Marion High School. Coach, at the end of the just before the break, you were telling me about some other situation that you're going to have in terms of jamborees and scrimmages. Did we get all that in?
Yes. We'll finish up at the Battle of the Border on the 16th, and that following Thursday, we're playing zero with at Johnsonville.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to that.
Oh, okay. Now, not trying to get too specific, but who are some of the players on the offensive side of the football that you're looking to have an impact, be it quarterback or running back or whatever?
Yes, we got a plethora of players. You got Quali Crawford, who's probably the biggest returner we have at the running back position.
Right.
Had over probably almost 1,000 yards in rushing last year. Devontae Allen, which would be a dual threat quarterback,
right,
that we still have, will be going in his senior year. He's been having some colleges come see what he'll look like, in the future. But he'll be an explosive guy at the quarterback position,
right.
And we'll move him in some other spots to try to get him the football,
right.
Yes, and we have now two fullbacks, Kaheem Bethany and Christian James. Our fullback up in there, and
right,
they'll get the job done.
Okay, so you're talking basically a power game then?
Yes, we're gonna power it, and we're gonna be out the spread, and we'll kind of take what defense will give us. With being a power team, sometimes they'll try to push it up in the box, and if they do that, we're gonna throw it deep.
Right.
And that's gonna be our game plan. We're gonna take what they give us. They give us 3 yards, we're gonna take it. They give us the deep ball, we're going to take that. So we'll kind of go as the season goes and, try to stick to what we do.
Coach, I think it's important. I think it's important for us to kind of recap where you've been and what your career has been like from high school, college, and right on up. Tell us a little bit about that briefly.
Oh, yeah. Just, a native of Lake City, played high school football at Lake City in the late 90s, early 2000s. Got an opportunity to play on the next level at Liberty University, where I played for 4 or 5 years. Had a good career. no complaints about that. Got a couple workouts with the larger leagues, CFL and the NFL. Then after that, didn't work out most of it. Went semi-pro and played for about 10 years, and that's when after that, that's when I really started to get back into coaching.
Right.
Was head coach AD at a few middle schools, King Street, Lake City Middle School. Went to 2011, took a break. We went out west to Missouri. One of my old coaches there got me a position on the staff at the Missouri Southern State,
Right.
where I worked for 2 years. And, you know, that's kind of got me where I'm at today. You know, it made me a full coach. And, you know, I learned a lot from the other coaches around me. So, you know, if I had to say that was one of the important steps that got me to this point right now.
Okay. When you know you had an opportunity to come to Marion, being with Lake City and Marion being a big rival at the world, but I guess that's not much different than you going to King Street and Lake City having that little thing going on with them. So, tell me about the King Street Lake City rivalry, though.
Oh man, it was Lord, you know. Wow, what can I say? You know, it was just a rivalry that had been going on for so long, and you know, I was lucky to be a part of, you know, 4 or 5 years. And when I got back to coaching, it was still the same. I caught heat from the Lake City fans every time we played them, but it was all for fun, and the kids enjoyed it. And you know, Lake City came out on top most of the time, but you know, I was still a Jaguar at that time. So you know, it got me to where I am today.
Right. Coach, looking forward toward the rest of the season, what are your immediate hopes and dreams for this season? If you come out where you would be happy, what point would that be that you'd be happy with how you did this year?
Number one, just we want to reestablish this program. Number two, we want to win this season. As I look at the non-conference schedule and the conference schedule, you know, we could possibly make a run in the non-conference. It'll get a little tough when the region comes, but you know, hopefully we get better by and by.
Right.
We'll be ready for the region. We just look to make the playoffs, or win the season, make the playoffs, and you know, hopefully make a run in the playoffs.
Right.
And, you know, we're not going to shy away from talking about championship, because you know that's what we all out here for.
Right.
Championship.
Right. Right.
We going in now. We're gonna try to take it in that direction.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's hard. You know, it's hard being a new coach and everything. And I know that you got your work cut out for you. Tell me about So, is Marion gonna have a JV team this year?
Right now, we have the 5 non-conference. The 5 conference games, which you know, if our rigid schedule.
Right.
And you know, right now we up to about 50 or 60 players, which you know should satisfy our JVs when we get to that time. But we figure as the season goes, we'll grab a 1 or 2 when school starts. So yes, we look forward to playing that region JV schedule.
Right.
5 games.
How tough is it to not have a JV program for any extended period of time for a varsity coach?
Oh my goodness. Just coming here last year, I could see it. You know, I could see just, players at the school asking about it. And we lost a lot of numbers not having a JV program the last couple of years here at Maryland.
Right.
And, to compete against Dillon and these 3A teams, it's a must. Mr. Jenkins is a must. So we got to look forward to try to establish that JV team first, really, if you want to speak the truth about it. But we're looking to have one, and hopefully, in the field out showing up where we want to be in the next couple of years.
Right. Have you been able to reach down to the middle school situation, and what's going to be happening with that? Are you familiar with that at all?
Yes. Well, I believe in Coach Washington. And the number one thing he teaches is tackling and blocking it. And we talked about it, and we said if we can teach them how to tackle and block, in the recreation in the middle school, when they get here, we should be ready to go, because the football is about tackling and blocking when you look at it. So if Coach Washington does a good job there, and we just look forward to seeing these guys. We got a few guys from the middle school that really will help us this year. So he can send us some good guys through.
Right. The community part, have they reached out to you, and what has that been like so far?
The community has been behind me, first as a girls coach,
right.
Had a lot of good things, good people, just, having our back in this program. And I think it'll continue to do the same thing. Hope we can all get together and make this thing work. And, that's what I'm about, just making it work.
Okay, your practice schedule today, what is it today?
We'll go from 9 to 12. We'll on the field practice from 9 to 11, and then we'll go to the weight room and work for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
And we'll call it a day at 12 o'clock.
Okay, and then you'll start again on Monday. And what's the schedule like during next week?
Yes, start again on Monday. It'll be 9 to 12, all the way up to the teachers go back to school with the following week, and then we'll go back to school practice hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so looking forward to it, Mr. Jenkins. Looking forward to it.
How excited are you?
I'm very excited. It's my first high school actually as a head varsity coach. So
right.
I got some things to learn and got some people around me to help me, and we're gonna get the job done. Cool.
I want to thank you for calling in, Randall. I appreciate you, and good luck in the new season, and good luck with your new job. And I wish you all the luck in the world, my brother.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Okay.
I just thank the God above, and thank everybody who's involved in this process. It's going to work.
Right.
In the end, it will work.
I believe that. Take care.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Randall State calling in today to talk a little football. I'm excited for him. I knew of him as a football player when he was in high school and a basketball player. He was outstanding in both. Football, he was great in. I mean, football, he was all state. He was Randall State all-state football player. So Marion has got someone who definitely knows what he's doing. He's been places and he's learned things, throughout his travels that, can only help him here, as Swamp Fox head football coach. And I think that they're very fortunate to have a guy like him going forward. And I think that over the years, he's going to build this thing back up into something that all Swamp Fox fans can be proud of. What do we got? A minute? Huh? 1 minute to go. I think with that 1 minute, I'm going to look ahead here at ladder's schedule real quick. And it's only 1 minute, so I'm not going to do that. Well, I'm excited about the football season, and I'm sure many of you are. It was a very down season last year in Marion. Mullins had a decent year, a really good year, and I expect that they're going to do that again this year. Marion is, they got a new coach, and it's going to take time. Latta and Dylan both in the mix, both playing Marion County schools, so we'll get to see them, which is great. I think it'll be fun this year. And I think I hope the fans can really come out and enjoy watching these kids play this year, because it's fall, and that's what we do around here. This is not a pro city. This is the country, and high school football, they're the top dogs, and this is what we do. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are. This is my first broadcast on YouTube, and I have mixed emotions about it right now. I might go back to Facebook Live next week, but anyway, it's all about trying new things, and I'm always, looking to do that to improve things. We'll be back next week with more. Have a wonderful, safe week. Peace.
PD Sports Wrap is an overview of high school sports in Marion County, South Carolina. Join us again next time.